Hello everyone and welcome to Call It Crits, where everyone is in attendance, which is amazing. We've got the whole gang here, apart from obviously Mike, who left the stream 2 weeks ago, but he did pop in last week, which was nice of him to come back and say hello all the way from Korea.
Yes. And Sonny was our friend.
Yeah, he didn't play though. He just came to have a look and say hi. So, for those people that might be here, hello, and let's do our recap. So, in the last session, you guys had just ventured on the request of a let's say sanely hinged fairy dragon, sanity hinged. I don't know what's the word. I don't know. My English escapes me. A few screw looses. I need to start this again. Can I? Let's just rewind a little bit. Fairy dragon that seems to have a few screws loose had sent you on a quest to get rid of all the bad thoughts because they think that you are a figment of their imagination. So you went off to fight some Fomorians who were guarding the entrance to a waterfall. You went into this waterfall, and after travelling down for a little while, you found that the scenery seemed to change, as if there was some hallucinatory terrain hiding something. When you went down a little bit further, you found that Garroth's father was being kept there within a glass coffin. Upon waking him up, Garroth's father had said that he was on a mission from the king. When he was kidnapped by an Archfey within a bar in a tavern. I think he'd mentioned that it was up within the. Let me get my map and find out where exactly it was, and it doesn't say it on there. Some mountains. Anyway, there was a tavern in some hills where he was where he met this Archfey, and he was promptly kidnapped by him. He said that he was on his way to complete a mission and he needed Garroth's help. And Garroth, this being his father, took him up on this and decided to go with him. But Korvax also went with him. So two members of the party, sort of up and left on a separate mission with Garroth's father to assist with something for the king. After this, the party then came across another coffin. Upon inspecting this and lifting it open, you found a darker blue-skinned drow wearing long black coats, has sort of longish hair with red streaks, and yeah, he upon sort of like waking him up, he tried to run away, turned everything into darkness, and tried to sort of run away, but managed to be talked down by Raljin. And you sort of came together in order to sort of get out of there and find this new person's things. New character, enter Grinks. Say hello, Grinks. He's on mute. I don't know if he's on mute or not, but hello there. Enter Grinks, being played by Jay, who was originally Korvax, he's now Grinks. Just mainly for Andy's benefit there, because people will have changed. And
yeah,
what was that? Sorry, Andy.
Yeah, I didn't recognise the name at first and panicked then.
So yes, so the party decided to, before leaving, help Grinks find all of his things before leaving this particular cavern that you're in. The cavern, as you began to explore it, had a lot of hallucinatory walls and things, and lots of doors that seemed to appear. You made your way through all sorts of different things, lots of different traps and all sorts of things, courtesy of Don John, with me being an unprepared DM. And as it happened, and sort of as you kind of got to the end of this, and you managed to actually find all of Grinks' things, the room that you were standing in eventually disappeared. And you were all left floating in a black void, and a voice sort of came out of this with this omnipotent presence, and sort of accused you of taking away his playthings. And that was kind of where we last left off. So as you float there in the in this sort of vast black area, there's this voice just kind of still talking from the seemingly out of nowhere. You can't see any embodiments that kind of that this voice might be coming from, but it still says, so where were you planning on taking him? And to be honest, and he kind of looks and goes, I forgot I even had you. Oh, how time flies. So, who do we have here then? He looks around. Well, doesn't look around. You can feel eyes kind of staring at you from all directions. You know that feeling that you get when you're being watched, but you can't see anyone. So like, you want to look behind you to see someone staring at you, and when you do turn, your whole body kind of turns with you as you kind of float there with zero gravity. You're a quiet bunch, aren't you?
Yes, hello.
Oh,
who are
he
you?
speaks. Ah,
Who are we addressing?
sorry?
Who are we addressing? I asked that to the entity.
Oh. You are speaking, well, actually, I thought that you would have known my name, that you are here in my domain, stealing my things.
A bold statement when the domain is not exactly signposted.
Oh, why would I signpost my domain? It's supposed to be a secret. But you somehow stumbled upon it.
Occurs if you don't protect your property. It appears that we stumbled upon it as you have just said.
You are addressing the Archfey Vylov, ruler of these worlds, king of these lands. You are my subjects, yes? Well, no, you are. And you kind of see, you look around and you see Nimtaline kind of spin around slightly, as if he's just kind of in like spin top. He kind of spins around. He's like, ugh. Yes. Whoa. And he kind of stops spinning and like looks like he's about to fall over. Then kind of floats there a little bit. Says, but the rest of you, not from around here, are you?
You could say that.
Yeah, we're terribly sorry for intruding in your realm. If we can just leave, if that's to your liking.
Leave? just do you think you can just walk into my home and take my things and then just leave? Oh no.
I didn't see a door, walls, or any hallmarks across the multiverse of what would encapsulate a room or a building. We cannot walk into something we're not aware of the boundaries of. I'm going full Spock logic on this one. I'm just going to keep trying to dance
like
around
it.
in circles.
Tell you what. Tell me your intentions of being here, and maybe I'll let you go. Maybe.
I'm here for the booze.
You be
I'm just gonna
quiet.
hold up
I
my
know why
Bible.
you're here. What about them? You kind of hear the voice get louder in your ears, Grinks, as you go to speak, and you hear the voice just kind of like, you be quiet. It's like booming in your ears. And one thing the feeling that you get at this moment, actually, Grinks, is almost like a breaking of reality, where this Vylov, this entity that you are speaking to, it's breaking a wall between a lie and reality. So you think that you made this guy up, you made him up, but him being there is kind of breaking down a wall, and something within you is starting to make a little bit more sense now, where you kind of like an effect that's been had on you recently is starting to wear off slightly, but only slightly at the moment. You're kind of questioning what's reality and what isn't, if you know what I mean. What's a lie and what isn't, should I say. Less than reality, more of a lie.
So we're here to fix my home, which has an infestation of foreign plants.
I see. And which foreign plant would this be? Something from the Feywild, maybe? And affecting on the material plane?
I look to the
It's
others.
broken its way through.
Tell me,
Now, not
what is this
uncommon.
plant? If you tell me about this plant, I might be able to assist you. Then you can leave my domain, and maybe I can call upon you another time. You know, tit for tat. You know, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Yes.
Its name is familiar to me, yet not on the tip of my tongue.
Blood
It
tip
is an
shadow
ivy. Blood tip shadow ivy. Thank you, Raujin.
That's okay.
I am aware of this this plant within the Feywild. It's Baidenar's domain. Maybe want to speak to them regarding this.
Oh, we know. They sent us to do a job, and we'd finished doing that job, and then we got sidetracked because one of our friends who isn't with us anymore, his dad showed up, and then they needed to go on a quest together, so we went to say goodbye, and then we got lost in your home by accident, and...
A job? They sent you to do a job? They sent you to my domain to do a job?
Does your domain include the cave outside? Sorry, outside the cave?
My domain is this entire area.
I don't know how...
That's needlessly ambiguous again.
Yeah.
If
I don't know how far
Baidenar
that
had
spreads.
sent you here, then Baidenar knowingly sent you to your death.
What a passionately ominous thing to say.
Well, the fact that you're
Now-
still alive and breathing after breaking into my domain and then stealing, well, freeing and then letting my possessions go.
Forgive me, Archfey.
Mm-hmm.
May I use some magic for a descriptive piece of work? I shall ask permission before I cast anything in your domain.
He likes using aids when telling stories.
I
You
am
may.
very good at telling stories. So, with prestidigitation, I will draw not like a child's drawing, but a very simple image of a cottage. I'm going to start forming it up, and you'll see snakes sort of forming up to build the walls, because of course you will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll advise our understanding of a domain, of an abode, is within structures. There is no obvious sign that any of this is yours. We apologise for the transgression. We do not know truly if we have been sent here to deliberately interfere with your realm, or if we, like many adventurers, have accidentally stepped into a realm we are not supposed to. Now, we have done some significant work on the material plane, and we'd like to get back to the material plane to continue said significant work. With all peace and respect, Archfey, we wish to be on our way, and if you wish to call upon us in future, after we have resolved the issue, I'm sure we'll be all ears. I would like to make a persuasion check.
I look horrified that he has just volunteered us.
I would like to. Yes, you can definitely make a persuasion check.
I get to make that with advantage because of the draconic tongue.
You do. I like the fact that you're using gifts that I've given you.
That is 17 with the grand -1 on the roll.
Okay, that's still pretty good. Hang on a second.
I like to think that Mulrin has developed a bit more of a softer tongue compared to when I used to hit people with my walking stick and stuff.
As you say this, you hear this just this kind of sigh, and then the ground begins to kind of redevelop below you, brick by brick, kind of, and the floor just kind of appears, and you just kind of get dropped, Everyone make a dexterity save. But I'm going to say Grinks, you've had a drink, so do with disadvantage.
That's a 15 for me.
15.
That is dexterity save. That is 19.
So-
22.
What was yours, Rob?
22.
22. What was yours, Grinks?
7.
7. You kind of topple and kind of land, and you nearly spill your drink.
Bill,
Yes.
1.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ooh, you.
But you get to add your dex and stuff, don't you?
Yeah, you do. But if it's a natural 1, it's a natural 1. You.
Yeah, it's a natural
it's
1.
not nothing really bad happens. You just fall flat on your ass. You just hear a clank, clink as Aylar falls flat on his ass. Even worse fall than Grinks. You at least managed to catch yourself, whereas Aylar just kind of falls poof, straight on his back.
I'm not
Nimtaline.
bothered about myself, I'm bothered about the bottle.
Yeah, exactly. Which is pure alcohol now. It's the magic's worn off, so it's just your drink. So yeah, you kind of all land, and in front of you appears an apparition of he's about 6'5", tall, gold-skinned elf. He's got very long, exaggerated ears, and sort of long golden hair that comes down, which kind of it just seems to continue sort of down below his cape, which he wears, that kind of flows, a sort of like a gold trimmed cape that kind of floats off. Kind of picture, do you know the I can't remember the name of the people in Guardians of the Galaxy. You'll know who I mean, Rob.
The
The what? Sorry.
Sentinel people.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
they're called.
I can't remember the name, but the golden ones.
Yeah, is that kind of gold, like really shine, but like proper shining off, and the light that kind of emanates off him kind of almost blinds you, in a way. His eyes are sort of piercing white with dark pupils, which contrasts to everything else about him. He kind of steps forward, slightly flamboyant.
Does he look familiar?
No, he doesn't look familiar. He sounds familiar, but he doesn't look familiar.
Is
So
he
is
an
it-
Eladrin?
He is an Eladrin, but he's got bright gold skin, which was probably more summer Eladrin. But the fact that he's an Archfey, the god is like he's more of a godlike entity than anything else now. So he's kind of taken into that more godlike status. So he looks different, changes appearance to make himself look more godlike. He
I'm going to see if I can see anything with Detect Magic.
you cast in Detect Magic.
Uh-huh.
Okay, hang on 1 second, because does Detect Magic have a somatic component?
1 second, I'll tell you.
It may do. Hold on.
Or a verbal component?
Definitely has a verbal.
I'll roll for trying to do
It's-
it discreetly.
It's verbal and somatic. So if you want to try and do Detect Magic discreetly, but if he sees you trying to cast a spell, he will put a stop to it, because...
So, would that be Sleight of Hand coming into play?
Stealth.
Stealth.
Actually, no, sleight of hand probably more for the somatic. So you can use either or.
I'll go Sleight of Hand, so 15 on dice, so that's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25.
You're lucky. He rolled a 23. He doesn't. He doesn't see. He doesn't see as you cast it. So you kind of mutter under your breath and kind of do ever such slight hand movements to cast Detect Magic. There is an illusionary magic going on here. You can sense illusion magic, almost a very heavy, strong divine magic going on as well, coming from here. He walks forward and steps towards you and looks down upon you, Morin, and says, "Anything that I want, provided I let you go." It would be
I
good
shake
to
What
my-
have...
exactly do you want?
Not sure yet. That would be something that comes into play later. It'd be good to have a few more agents upon the material plane.
You are an Archfey, are you
Yes.
not?
Yes, of course.
You are a patron to those in this realm and the other, are you not?
I have a few, yes.
Then, if my understanding of patronage is correct, Archfey, the deal must be made and called
Indeed.
upon when ready.
Indeed. Do you wish to make
Now,
a deal?
I am not in a position to make a deal directly. However, being as we are in a interesting compromise of unknowingly walking into your terrain, I would believe it fair that my own patron, Morin looks a little sort of annoyed having to say it like that, my own patron would be very interested in you not dispatching me and my associates here, but rather, I imagine, would allow me to freelance for you if needed.
So you wish to freelance for me, but not under my patronage? Free
I am
freelancing.
unable to take your patronage.
Anyone else? Offers going.
I shake my head rapidly, just like, nope, I know better.
I'm going to just shake my head and just take another big swig.
He kind of looks across everyone, and he kind of stops, and you notice his eyes meet yours, Ayla. As his eyes meet yours, you kind of blink, and suddenly he's in front of you. He goes, "Now you look familiar. Have we
You're
met
probably
before?"
related to me.
Aylar's family tree.
No. I'm not related to you. I know all of my relations. But you do have eyes that I think I may have seen before. What is your name?
My name is Aylar Cyanodal. I'm a half elf.
His eyes widen. Cyanodel.
Yes.
Cyanodel of Eladel. The Eladel Woods.
Yes.
He grabs your face, and you kind of find it really hard to move out of his grasp, and there was no way of you even dodging it. It's almost like his hand was just there. And he kind of moves your face from side to side, much like you're being checked over, like having a very thorough kind of dental check. As he kind of squeezes your face and moves you from side to side and says, well. And he pushes you backwards, and you kind of fall down on, and you kind of stop yourself from falling down the ground. So, dirty half-blood. Oh, I can't let you go.
I'm
No,
just going to
no,
play
no.
both and just say, look, I don't know what your kink is, but how about you just let us go?
No, you shut up. You tried to deal me out of cards. You tried to cheat me out of money. And yes, I didn't need that money, and I didn't give a shit about anything that was going on there. But you try and dirty deal me, and you get 30 years in the Fae. This one, and you can see now his demeanor has completely changed. He's gone from this flamboyant, carefree, kind of almost jolly, to almost vicious in the way that he presents himself. This one shouldn't exist. The blood that runs through you should not belong to you.
I'm going to
Okay.
use my draconic tongue, and I'm going to again make my voice boom out so that it's audible from 300 feet. So think of like Gandalf talking to Bilbo sort of thing, where you hear the voice getting audibly louder. I say, I implore you not to threaten the spilling of blood of my colleagues.
Give me a persuasion roll.
That is a 15.
Phil, just real quick, how long have we been travelling around through these caves, roughly?
An hour or so.
I kind of need to know if it's an hour or less.
It's more than an hour.
Yeah, shit. Okay. All right. Yeah.
He
I'm
go on.
going to speak to him. I'm going to speak to him, Phil.
Yeah, go for it.
Look, I told you the truth because I figured there would be no point lying to you. So I'm telling you the truth. This is who I am, and we are more than happy to leave in peace and not disturb you or interfere with your domain any further. And we will not be any more inconvenience on your being. We will just leave and go, and that's it.
You want to leave? You want to leave?
No, he's going to leave. The issue is whether you're in our way or not.
You're threatening me, aren't you?
It's not a threat. It is an observation.
It's an observation.
We don't want to fight you, but we are not going to leave Ayla to a fate he doesn't deserve.
So, Phil, I'm going to use know your enemy,
Okay.
and I want to know: is his AC less than mine, same as mine, or superior to mine?
Okay. Far superior.
Okay. Are his total hit points less than mine, same as mine, or far superior to mine?
Far superior.
Oh, yes. I figured so. That's great. Thank you.
He says,
What's the Archfey's name again? Sorry, Phil.
Viloth.
Viloth. Okay.
Says, trying to get back into character.
That's a weird thing to say.
No, he doesn't say that. Your mother was my true love. Mine. Your father took her from me. We almost
Yes.
didn't make it back. And then we did. And then she died.
Yes, I have heard about that. That is truly saddening news. I'm yet to mourn the loss of my mother, as these adventures that we have taken precedence.
There's only one way I'm going to let him leave. You take the deal or he doesn't leave.
But what exactly is this deal? What exactly do we have to do?
You have two options. You can either betray and kill your father for what he did to me, or I drain you of your human side.
Ah, so what was you cut out on the first one? I do apologise. What was the first one?
You either betray and kill your father for what he did to me, or I drain
Oh,
you
dear.
of your human side. You become a full elf. You become all mother.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. You know, you get to be a full elf rather than. I'm just gonna
Yeah, but
glance over at Rauschen.
I am
Yeah.
who I am, though. That's the thing is, I am created of. I don't really want to change who I am for anyone, really. No disrespect.
That's good. You
and-
go
and
with option A. You can kill your father.
Well, I'll be very, very honest with you. I've had only recent dealings with him, and I could completely understand why anybody who meets him wants to kill him. I really can understand that.
Oh, I've never
But-
met him.
Well, if you did, you probably want to kill him even more. But the thing is, again, it's not in my. I have no reason to kill him. Can't you make up with him? Can't you just stay away from him? Can't you just,
No. Oh, no. No. No, that's not going to happen. No, one of these things has to come to pass. I can't let you leave here if you have that in your blood. No, I'm sorry.
So specifically, you are concerned with Alar's father, not with all humans in general. Just to clarify on that, Voilock of the Archfey.
I don't want his bloodline tainting this land.
What do you expect him to do? Alar is a dashing man, but I also
Yeah.
don't think Alar's got the time to procreate all across the Feywild and create something to uprise and destroy you.
Any land. This land, any land. I don't want it. What he did to me?
With all due respect, in contracts of the planar affair, this is your realm and your realm only. You have agents upon other planes, but no dealings.
Hello, sorry, yes, me again.
Yes.
With all due respect, what Alar's father may or may not have done. Does you loved Alar's mother?
Yes.
Then surely the choice that she made is one that you respect, whether you agree with it or not.
Yeah. And can I just also speak very briefly? I consider myself to be more of my mother than of my father.
But
I
let me
am
rid
a
you of your
devotee.
father's bloods.
I am a
It'd be
devotee of
quick and
Melora.
easy. It'd be quick and easy.
I am a devotee of Melora, like my mother. I have nothing really in common with my father. I've only just met him recently, and we tolerate each other, but that's about it. If truth be told, it's very difficult to stay in his presence a lot of the time because he can be quite, challenging to be around. However, my mother I feel very differently towards her, and I consider her to be the person who I think of as a parent who I had any sort of feelings of love or belonging.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Does he get advantage because I helped him with that thing about respecting his mother?
I'll allow it.
Oh, it's good. My first roll's an 18. Second roll is we'll go with the first roll. So we'll go with the first roll, and persuasion. I get to persuasion. I get to add 2, so it's an unnatural 20.
Ooh, dirty 20. He kind of stops and thinks for a little while. Still not happy with any of this. He says, very well. This isn't done. You're still in my domain, so... And as long as you remain in the Feywild, you are within my domain. Thought you would have guessed that by now. So, before you leave the Feywild, you will either choose option A, betray and kill your father. Choose option B, to have me rid you of your human side. Or present me with a suitable option C.
Here's one for you. I'm going to be really drunkenly swearing this because I've pretty much got through that entire bottle.
Yes, you have.
How about... See Blue over there? I'm going to just point at Raujin.
Huh?
He's got a problem with some sort of magic tree. Not sure I understand all of it. It's a bit fuzzy. Still really hungover. Now, this magic tree's a big deal in your place, isn't it? I'm pointing at Raujin.
I just kind of say nothing and glare at this drow that we've just met, who's dragging me into dealing with an Archfey which I want nothing to do with.
So I'm guessing that's a yes, right? Now, this is your realm. So, sounds like someone's fucking with your realm. I'm going to take another swig and pretty much finish the bottle and put it back in my satchel. Now, that means either you're fucking with his tree, or someone's fucking with your domain. So here's the deal. Help us figure out who's messing with your domain. We fix the tree, and you're a fancy fella. You look like you like a bit of a party. You look like you like to be the centre of attention. How about we get Blue, again pointing at Raujin, to throw you a big party in your honour at the tree? You get to be the saviour of... What was it called again?
Ashen Oak.
Ashen Oak. And what was the tree? You said it had a fancy name.
Phil, name.
The Fea de Santra.
Thank you.
See? It sounds fancy. Sounds posh. If he throws you a big soiree, you get to be the centre of attention. Think about how many devotees you could pick up. You could hover up by being their saviour on the mortal plane. And someone who peddles in influence might be a good thing for you.
As a further
Everyone's,
aside,
everyone's a winner. We get the magic tree fixed. You get us out your hair. There's a chance we might even die trying to get it done. But either way, you win. We either die in the attempt, in which case you win, or we fix the thing. You can claim to everyone in the Feywild that you managed to trick us into doing it, so that helps your renown here. And you get a fancy party if we survive. Everyone's a winner.
I'm sweating buckets at the moment.
I'm just going to take my hat off.
Give
Kind
me a persuasion
hand
roll as you after you've just said all that.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. Where's my persuasion? Where's my character sheet?
Are you really?
That would
drinking?
be a good thing to have.
Actually,
method acting.
no, because I'm a performer,
Right.
and I would most certainly be hamming this up
Okay.
because I'm tripping off my tits, and I am used to performing drunk.
Uh-huh.
Could I use performance instead of persuasion? Pretty pleased with the cherry on top.
I'll allow it.
In that case, it takes my 16 to a 21.
Okay. He stops a second and says, Seems like a suitable option C. More patrons. Not done with you yet, though. He looks over at Aylar. But this is a
Well,
suitable compromise.
Well, think of this. I'm better off alive than I am dead, as I have connections on both sides. My mother's side, my father's side. Therefore, I can have influence, I can pass on information, but I cannot be there. I cannot do this if I'm dead.
So you're saying that you wish to be an agent of mine?
I wish to be some party in the middle of this situation that somehow can be an information provider to get this situation resolved.
I think the word you're looking for is mediator.
That's the word.
Taylor, the mighty, brighty, and talkative.
Doing alrighty.
Yeah.
He
Everything's
walks,
all right.
he walks on over to you, Aylar, and he extends a hand. Option C seems like a doable compromise. Quite like the way this is going. Shake on it, and he extends his hand.
Okay, I'll shake.
You shake his hand. Give me a wisdom roll.
Uh-oh.
Aylar, that is binding.
This is going to be bad because my wisdom's terrible. But all right, that sword doesn't help me with wisdom rolls, is it?
Only on perception checks.
All right, okay, so it's just a one dice. It's a 19. So
Ooh.
19
Hey.
minus what? 19 minus 1 is 18.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you what that means now, but he takes your hand and lifts you kind of up off the ground because he did knock you on your ass. Says, very well. I will call upon you when this is all done, and I expect that party, blue one. He kind of points a finger over at you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to have to leave before I change my mind.
Well, part of the deal as well would be you pointing us in the right direction.
No, we pushed our luck. We pushed our luck. Let's go.
He snaps his fingers, and suddenly the scenery changes, and you're outside. Trees surround you, and you can hear it's like a rushing river, and a scent of poppies in the distance.
Okay.
And that's where we're
Right.
going to take a quick break for anyone who wants to go T&P. So, right, yeah, so if you guys want to go and grab yourself a drink and go to the toilet and do everything, we'll take a quick 5 or 10 minute break, and then we'll come back, and then I think we'll have another hour before certain people have to go, and then I'm going to finish off at probably about 10 o'clock tonight. Hopefully I'll be able to get to a decent ending tonight, because we'll be 3 weeks off after tonight. So, yeah, go grab your T&P, and we'll come back in about 5 or 10 minutes. Is that alright, guys?
Yeah.
All right. All right. See you shortly. Okay, and we're back. Right, so you guys have just had a meeting with the Archfey Viloth, who, as you guys know, to be the father, the biological father of Herion, the Vicious Whisper, who you had a running encounter with before, and yeah, the once former or the lover of Aylar's father. Oh no, Freudian slip. Aylar's mother, who, who had passed away recently. You eventually you made a deal with him that you could go free as your option C. The two other options you didn't quite like, one of which was take away all of your human blood, and the other one was to betray and kill your father. Option C, you now have to throw him a delightful party so that he can now have more followers. And yeah, this is something that he'll want to hold you to. You also had a handshake with him. You made a dice roll, and you know, I will let you know what's going on with that later on. He then teleported you from his domain, well, from that part of his domain, to another part where you appear to be standing in an open area, top trees around you. You can hear the rushing stream and the scent of poppies from around you. It smells familiar, as if you've been in this area before. In fact, some of the surroundings actually look familiar as well. You know this to be quite close to where you met Bardnar, and where they took Yarn as well, who's still partying with the fairy dragon. So, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess head back to Bidnar,
Yeah?
if that's okay with everyone.
Absolutely.
Who the bloody hell is Bidnar?
Okay,
I'm going to turn to the new drow.
Mhm.
I'm assuming I haven't spoke to him just yet. So I will turn and I'll look up and say, we haven't been acquainted yet. What is your name?
Briefly, I'll take my hat off, doffed it, and give a full courtly bow in a flamboyant fashion. I'm Grinx Astari, member of Malchus's marvellous menagerie. I'm going to be stumbling over my words and struggling to stay straight while I'm talking.
You are quite clearly hammered, I think is to use the human expression.
Not nearly hammered enough.
May I make a suggestion, my friend?
You sound like you're going to be like Malchus, and I'm going to be eyeing you suspiciously.
Well, the next entity we're about to meet has a confusing understanding of reality. And I think that your particular style of existence may confuse him even more. So,
Yeah.
if you are a performer, I require of you to do a silent act. Just to make sure we don't get teleported to another part of the Feywild.
That's Morin's polite way of saying keep your mouth shut while you're in the presence of this fairy dragon.
Have you got any more of that yak's milk?
Maybe?
Cough
There
it
is
up, Blue.
perhaps some yak's milk.
I'll keep quiet.
You're getting some
Hold on
more
a
of the yak's
second.
milk.
I'm just going to see what if I've got anything interested in my
inventory.
Mike
pantry.
did say he left one bottle of yak's milk in
Yeah.
the bag of holding to each of us. To each
Oh, yeah.
of everybody.
Yeah, so,
You can have mine.
and mine. Oh, wait, you've already got
Oh,
mine.
two! I'll grab both. All right, okay.
Are we in agreement, Mr.
Sure.
Astaria?
Sure. The starry, yes.
Astari, apologies.
Okay,
I say in
so,
undercommon. As the expression goes, silent as the stone.
Just give me
And
a
I'll reply with as swift as the river.
give me a constitution roll, just to
Uh,
see how you're holding together with your drunkenness.
17.
Oh, you're holding it together pretty well, actually.
I'm a seasoned drinker.
You're kind of keeping it together. You've kind of got a sway and a bit of a slur, but you've still got a hold of your faculties. So you're still, you're still able to sort of control yourself at the moment. You've kind of got self-control at the moment, for now. Okay, you wander further and further through the Feywild forest, and Nimtaline, who's kind of he kind of takes the lead to follow you, but you can see he's kind of got a bit of a bewildered and confused look on his face, as if he's not entirely sure what's going on himself. You can tell that this is all a bit of a new experience for him, in just in the way that he seems to present himself now. You know, Archfey beings that don't usually make themselves present, but then he's never been out to find them, so he's just a little bit confused by everything. He's not used to the adventuring life. Just kind of leads on. It's like this way.
Are you doing okay there?
Yeah. This is not what I'm used to. I didn't even know that he lived around. That he lived around here. I knew there was an Archfey. Of course, we all knew there was an Archfey. That, you know, but we didn't realize. I didn't realize he was so close to the village. If I'm honest, that's a new one. Unless, of course, he's always there and he's always everywhere. In which case, should I be worshipping him as a god? What? This is... It's confusing, Raljan. It is what it is. It's...
Well, confusing has been our life for the past several months.
Huh.
You can say that again.
Well, once you leave the Feywild, you can keep your confusion to yourselves. I'd rather go back to guard post. Right. Just a little bit further down this way. And as you kind of travel a little bit further, and you kind of get to the same area, the same poppy fields, in good fashion, can everybody please make me a wisdom saving throw, please?
And that's advantage for the elf ancestry.
It's advantage, yeah. This is the bit where you said that you were immune to it, because it was a thing. So it's advantage to anyone with elf.
Would that be a
Is it,
straight roll
is it
for
a
me?
magical
Because I'm
effect? Is that right?
Sorry,
go on,
that.
Jay.
Sorry, it's not a straight roll for you. No, you can still have advantage because you rolled a 17, so you're still holding your shit together. So, and what was yours, Maureen?
Is it a magical effect?
It's
Deep gnomes get advantage on saving throws against magic.
hang on 1 second, because it's a lair effect.
I think it's different.
So it's a... Hang on. Not gold dragons. So... I guess you could call it a magical effect, because it's a magical effect that surrounds the lair. So yeah, you can have advantage on it with it being that.
My first roll was better anyway.
So what?
I get an 18.
18. I believe that one succeeds. Yeah. So did anyone roll below a 15 or below?
No.
15.
No, not with advantage, no.
Anyone? Anyone else? No.
No.
Just me, I think I rolled 15.
You rolled 15. So okay, this is going to be interesting for you. So anything that you have that is worth at least 5 gold, you feel the compulsion to remove from your person and place within a patch of poppies.
Oh, crap.
It's got to be worth... I know.
I mean, I've literally got 10 gold. That's all I've got. Or items.
Or items. So you can take 5 gold pieces and place them within a patch of poppies, or you can...
Okay, I'm going to wander off into a patch of poppies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to take out... I'm going to rummage around in the pocket sewn into my my right forearm. I'm going to look at my obsidian lockpicks, put those back, and I'm going to withdraw a small silver flute.
Ooh.
And I'm going to place that and bury it underneath a poppy.
Okay.
That is now removed from my inventory.
You no longer have your flute.
That was weird.
So yeah, it's compulsory offering. So yeah, you do that, and as you do that, and you place it in into the patch of poppies, you then kind of look around, and everyone, you notice that Bardnar has appeared just in front of everyone, kind of in the middle of the poppy field, kind of just flying there, kind of like butterfly wings, kind of just hovering, and it looks as light as a feather as they fly there, just in front of you. Says, "Ah, I thought of you up again. So, did you get rid of all the negative thoughts? Sorry?
Indeed,
Yes.
you have. You have imagined us once again.
And yes, we did. Also, this new conjuration is called Grinks. Grinks, this is Bidnar. They are the one that thought us all up. Just wave.
I'm just going to look at Raujin. I'm going to look at the Fey Dragon. I'm going to reach into my satchel,
Just wave.
take out some yak's milk, and take another big swig.
You can see. Everyone, give me a perception check.
Okay.
That is a 16 from Orin.
I have
no,
advantage, don't I?
On perception, yes, you do.
Natural 20.
12 for Lynx and 15 for me.
Okay. You all notice that Jan, and you're here, Jan. Hi. Glad to get you in there. Jan, you are sort of stood a little bit further back from everyone else, just sort of stood by a tree. All this time, you've actually been in the presence with this Fey Dragon. You've been drinking tea. You've been offered like little cakes and things, and basically treated quite nicely. Just while this whole thing's been going on, you've been treated like a proper guest by this Fey Dragon, this fairy dragon. In your time of being away from the party.
I can understand the tea, but where did the cakes come from? Did I learn this?
The cakes actually, they just magicked them for you.
Delightful.
Yeah, they were magic cakes. You notice, Andy, Jan, stood over sort of like by the tree. You're just kind of waiting there. Is there anything you wanted to do, Andy, or Jan?
No, just gather my bearings. Have I been like charmed, or
you've just kind of appeared. So like as this all happens, you were just kind of sat like drinking tea, and then suddenly you suddenly stood in front of this tree, and you can see the rest of your party members. They're about 35 feet in front of you, and you've got this fairy dragon kind of like just in between you, kind of like fluttering there. And this fairy dragon, they're about, they're the size of a large creature, sort of like flying there, sort of like just talking to the rest of your party as you've just kind of appeared there.
No, I'll just sort of get my bearings and join the rest of the party.
Okay,
then.
so you begin walking towards everybody.
Hey, Anna, you okay?
Welcome back, Jan.
Sorry, I cut out there.
So, are you okay?
1 sec, guys. Just 1 sec.
He's okay.
And so, I wasn't. Everyone. What you noticed with your addition, anyone that rolled above a 16 on a perception? Was there anybody that rolled above a 16 on that roll?
I rolled a 16, and
You rolled
Ayla got a natural 20.
Oh well,
I got an
yeah.
20.
You notice there's a bit of shifting and sort of mumbling going on from Bardnar, almost as if they're talking to themselves. Not. I'm thinking of them, and they said I wouldn't anymore. And you can hear just kind of this muttering. Give me an insight check.
What are you imagining?
Can you two give me an insight check?
That's fun. 11 on dice plus 6 from insight, so that's 17.
17. And Ayla?
What's this? Another one?
Yeah, this is an insight check this time.
15 on dice. And with insight, that's 14.
14. You notice it more, Maureen, than Ayla. Seems to be a look of confusion and worry on Bidenard's face. They're kind of shifting, their eyes kind of going backwards and forwards, and looking at you, then looking away, then looking at you, then looking away, as if they're going to look, as if they're looking, they're going to look back at you, and you're not going to be there because they believe that you're not going to be there. Like, They said that.
Bidnar,
What? Looking away.
you've imagined us here. What else are you imagining?
They're closing their eyes and kind of blinking and open them again. Like, I wasn't supposed to. I don't want to imagine you anymore. I wasn't supposed to imagine you anymore.
Who said?
Why do you not?
No.
wish to imagine us?
You're the bad thoughts.
Oh.
No.
Why are we the bad
I sent
thoughts?
you to get rid of the bad thoughts, and you're the bad thoughts. You're the ones that's supposed to be the bad thoughts.
Now, who said this to you? Who told you we were the bad thoughts?
The other good thoughts.
Which?
The ones.
Which of
Sounds like a self.
No. They said that you beat here. You're like an infection. You're like a bad thought.
No.
Yes, you are.
We're not.
Yes. Yes, you are. And the only one way to get rid of a bad thought is to attack it. You
Oh,
notice now that their eyes begin to glow red, and there is a distinct change in demeanor and change in attitude as they begin to bare their teeth. Their arms begin to grow out wide, and their wings go from a fluttering to a more jagged lizard-like form. They take a deep breath, and I'd like everyone to roll for initiative, please. And I will get the map up.
Oh! Even with advantage, I got an 8.
I'm glad to see you back on form.
Yeah.
Say that you're just walking towards over here.
Actually, out of interest, where am I?
You're that one. So
Which
I'll
one?
just.
Are you
hang on.
sharing, Phil?
Yeah, you're not sharing it with us.
Oh right, sorry, I do apologise. There we are. I'll let you share the screen with you.
I'm watching it on the stream.
I've got it on Discord, but I've not got it on thingy. So there we go. So I've got the back of you, but hang on. That's you at the moment. You can see it.
No, it's cocked. Damn it, that's cocked. Stop rolling them
Hang
into
on.
the dice.
I'll
That'll
move it
help.
to the side, and you'll be able to see it a little bit better.
There we go. That's crap, but
I haven't got one with a long leather jacket, but that's the best I've got at the moment.
Sweet.
Is that all right?
Yeah, I'm still having to get used to not being green.
Yeah. So you're a black one now, haven't you? So if that's all right. So I mean, I can make it green if you like.
No, that's perfect.
Right, let me get my iPad, which I've got somewhere because I need to roll initiative on there. Right. Okay. Come on. Right. Reset that encounter, and I've got to put yarn in there. Where is yarn? Hang on. Players. Oh, it's that one. Okay. And I still got Korvax instead of Grink, so I'll sort that out soon.
Quick question: it's not been more than 8 hours, has it?
No, it's not been more than 8 hours. No.
Oh, good. Okay.
Just thinking I'll get your initiatives in a second. Just add that in there, and a. It is a. Fairy Dragon. And the colour is important. Yep, that one. And put that in there. Right. Oh, hang on. So initiative. Ayla, what's yours? 8.
8.
Woo! Grinks.
6.
6. Right. Okay.
I rolled a 3.
Jan.
8.
Oh, guys, man. Morin.
Oh, hang on a minute. You've got to add your thingy, haven't you? So I'm actually. Sorry about this. I'm actually 11.
11.
I rolled 8 on dice, and I forgot
Okay.
to plus 3.
Morin, what's yours?
18. I got higher if I had a chance to roll Gift of Alacrity.
And Raljin?
16 for me and 16 for Lynx.
16 for Lynx. And Bidnar? Oh, Bidnar's going first. What about me? Hang on 1 second. Ooh, okay. Nimtaline's going first. So Nimtaline rolled 21, Bidnar rolled 20, and then, yeah, right, okay, so Nimtaline's going to go first. He generally doesn't know what's going on here, and he's going to take a step backwards, and he's going to draw his bow in case something happens here. Because he can see that Bidnar's going to attack, but he's not sure why, because he's had dealings with this Bidnar before, and is unsure actually why he's going to attack. So he's actually going to take a step back and ready an action. He's going to ready his bow, so if Bidnar attacks somebody, then he will fire to ward them off. That's his ready action. Bidnar's going to go next. So, first thing he's going to do, he's going to cast Suggestion on the one he knows the most. Sorry, Jan, would you please make a a Wisdom saving throw, please?
Sure. 1 sec. So with the stat, that's 18.
18. Hang on 1 second. It's that's 8. This is 51. You lucky jammy person. So
It was 18 then, was it?
no, it's 17 was the save there, and you succeeded. So you feel a presence sort of creeping into your mind, and you kind of managed to shake it off, and it has no effects on you, which is great for you. Right, that's that. Then I'm going to that's going to be his turn. But first, hang on 1 second. Yeah. As a bonus action, they're going to turn invisible. Okay, so that's their turn. Morin, we're up to you. What are you doing?
So as a bonus action, I will cast Sanctuary on myself,
Okay.
and I'm going to move diagonally to the left by 25 feet.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I will then, as an action, I will use my Draconic Gift, and I will speak quite a bit louder,
Okay.
saying, Bidnar, we are the good forts.
Okay. Give me... Now, the way this works, there's a specific way that I've got this. So, give me a persuasion check, please.
With advantage, is it a gift? That is a 12.
12. Okay. Right. You hear a voice coming back at you, just saying, "No, no, you're not the good thoughts. You're trying to tell me that you're the good thoughts so that you can be bad thoughts and try and get into my head. No, 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 no. You're the bad thoughts." That's going to be. Is that your turn?
There's nothing else I can do, so yeah.
Okay, Raljin, it's your turn.
Okay, that's Could I tell where roughly that voice was coming from?
Give me, I'll say a persuasion. Sorry, a perception check, please.
Okay. Perception, that is 12, 15, 17, 19.
19. You get a really good idea that the voice hasn't much moved from where you last saw it.
Okay. I think, let me just check my inventory, but I think I've still got one of those pushing arrows left, because I don't want to hurt him, but I would like to kind of knock some sense into him. So,
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So with my first attack, I will use a pushing arrow.
Okay.
And I obviously can't hunter's mark him because I can't see him.
And he's invisible, so it's with disadvantage.
Yeah, I know. Okay, with disadvantage, that's still a dirty 20.
Okay. That will hit. So roll for damage.
I didn't write the damage down on these. What is it? Is it just a D8?
Is it the pushing ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's normal arrows, but they do bludgeoning damage instead, and they push the target backwards 10 feet.
Thank God that's an... I actually wanted to roll low, and I did, so that is... That's still 8 points of damage.
Okay, so for my reference, it's pushed back. For your reference, you still can't see where it is. And anything else?
Then as my bonus action, say, did that knock some sense into you?
Bad thoughts. Did bad things. Hurt me. They said that they said that you would.
Oh shoot.
I thought that'd be a bad idea.
Lynx. What is Lynx gonna do?
Lynx is gonna stay near me because she doesn't know where to attack.
Okay. Ayla, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hold my action if there's no attack on me.
Okay. So, what are you holding your action? What do you want to happen? And what are you going to do as a result of that happening?
Well, if I'm attacked, I want to retaliate.
So if
Or
something,
fight back.
so if something attacks you, you want to use. Are you going to attack with your sword or your bow? What are you readying?
Well, if it's only ranged, if it's ranged like it currently is, it would be bow.
Okay. So you pull out your bow and you ready your bow. If something attacks you, you're going to fire.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the conditions. Yarn, what are you doing?
Whereabouts am I located?
You're there.
Can I move? I just want to move towards the back end of the party.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Getting out of dodge. And then what would you like to do?
Can I use investigation to see if I can deduce where the invisible creature is?
I'll allow it. Yes. From where you last sort of like heard that it was, I'll allow it.
Okay, so that's 15 total, not the
15. Okay. Did you sing sort of like from where the voice was coming from and where you saw the arrow kind of bounce off of thin air that was fired by Raljin? You can sort of deduce that the creature is in this area somewhere. So like within a 30-foot radius of around here.
Sorry, I was reading the wrong thing there. That's actually 18, if that makes a difference.
Oh, then you can probably guess him within 20 feet that it's probably around this area. Kind of got a bleep, bleep, bleep.
Where
But
about
similar.
from there?
Any attacks that you'll still make with disadvantage, but you can still get an idea of where the creature might be.
Okay, I want to cast Fireball in that area then.
Okay, so that's a. Are you going to aim for the fireball to go down, sort of like on the floor of where you last saw the dragon?
Yes, but to keep out of the way of the rest.
So it's there, 5, 10, 15, 20. If you cast it one little bit further, I mean, yeah, you'd probably do that. So it's their dex saving throw, isn't it? So, come on, Bard now. What you got for me? Oh, yeah, 22 save, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's safe.
Yeah, they have a +5 to dex, so they're pretty good. They're quite dexterous of these fairy dragons. So roll for damage, because it's still half damage.
Okay, I think that'll be 7 total damage then. That was quite a poor roll.
7 total damage. Okay.
Phil,
Yes.
sorry, I don't know if this is a special ability of the fairy dragon because I don't have that book, but after an invisible creature takes damage, it's supposed to become visible again, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I'm just reading that now.
Yeah.
Good point. Hang on. A bonus action contain invisibility concentration until its concentration ends. So it rolls for concentration. I'll be fair and I'll roll concentration. It succeeds. Its second concentration save, it still succeeds. So
that's fine. I thought it might be a fairy dragon ability. I wasn't sure.
Well, it's superior invisibility. So I'll read it out. As a bonus action, the dragon can magically turn invisible until its concentration ends, as if concentrating on a spell. Any equipment the dragon is wearing carries is invisible with it. So it's a concentration spell rather than until its concentration ends. In which case, it's a concentration check when it takes damage, and it has to be. The roll has to exceed the damage, or be 10 or exceed the damage. Okay, so we'll go around to. Is that all you've got for me, Jan?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay. So Grinks, sorry. What are you doing?
Having just seen where Jan threw the fireball,
Yes.
did it impact and
You
damage?
saw the and you kind of. Actually, that's the thing. You kind of see. Give me a perception check.
17 plus things.
Oh wow. Okay.
17 plus wisdom, 18.
18. Okay. Yeah, there was. You did see kind of a flash of an outline of a creature. But the outline of the creature that you saw was nowhere near as big as the creature that you saw, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So
Well, that's fine, as long as I know where it is.
the creature that you saw previously to it turning invisible was a large creature. The creature that you saw in the flash is much smaller. In fact, a tiny creature. In fact, you kind of had to. You probably think that the drink is playing tricks on you at this point, because that's kind of you see a tiny dragon.
That tiny creature. I'm going to stick down a 20-foot cube within that, with that being the center where that tiny creature was, of fairy fire. I'm going to use my racial.
Okay. So is that a save?
No, it's I'll copy you it, but it's
So you'd have to just yeah, I can.
So it says each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in a blue, green, or violet light. So violet. Any creature in the area where the spell is cast is also outlined in the light. If it fails a dexterity saving throw, and for the duration, objects and creatures affected shed a dim light.
Oh, right, okay. So this is an instantaneous thing.
Yeah, so it says any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
Right. Okay. So you cast your fairy fire, which ironically makes the fairy visible. So as you kind of cast this on this area, the light kind of illuminates and glows up in the area, and you now see the slightly illuminated and very visible tiny fairy dragon sort of flying there. Nowhere near as big. Everyone can see this now. Nowhere near as big as the dragon that you were previously looking at. It's the same dragon, but so much smaller. About the size of a bird. Just flying there. Right.
I'm then going to book
yeah,
it
go on.
30 feet to my right,
Okay. 5,
heading towards the trees, as
30.
close as I can get to them.
Okay, so that's where you can get to at the moment.
Okay, and
Right.
That's all I... actually, I could... Because I haven't used my bonus action, have I?
Not yet.
So I can use cunning action and dash and get to the trees.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30.
Yeah, I'll get behind the tree as much as I can.
Yeah, so you're now hiding behind the trees. Okay. 1 second, let me just do this, because this is now visible. So...
But just keep note of the location, Phil, because the location doesn't change. It's static there, and it's concentration from my part.
Okay.
So in theory, it
That's
can move out of it.
It can move out of it, that's fine. And I'm just going to... There we go. Tiny creature. Dum-dum. Maybe a little bit bigger than a bird, but yeah, there we go. In fact, even smaller than that. There we go. Flying there. I'll say flying there, but you know, flying mechanics on this is tricky. Right, so that's your turn. We'll go to it's Nimtalin's turn. He's seen you attack, and hang on, I'm gonna. All right. What are you doing? We can't attack him. He's the guardian of the Shadow Ivy. If we attack him and take him out, then you know who knows what can happen. He's going to be sort of like saying that he's going to actually move forward and say that to you, Aylar. Says you know as you look like you've readied your bow and you haven't attacked yet, so he's just going to try and persuade you not to. It's like we don't know what's making him do this. This might not be him.
That's why I
Or
haven't
them.
attacked. That's exactly why I haven't attacked him. Something very strange is going on, and I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, maybe we can subdue them. Maybe, you know, it appears they're not as big as I previously thought, so maybe we can subdue them. You can try that. You get round one side, I'll get round the other.
Okay.
Okay, and he's going to use the rest of his movement to start moving 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to start moving around that way to try and get round to one side. That's going to be his turn. It's now Bardnar's turn. So, alright, same thing, but this time he's going to use it on Molrin. So Molrin, I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. That is a 15 on dice, so 21.
Ah, I cannot succeed. Okay, that's fine. And then Bardnar is going to. He kind of goes. I need to get control of these thoughts. I can't control them. And they're going to start flying away towards this direction. What's the radius of that, Jay?
It's 20 feet, so I said I'd be casting him within the centre of it, so if he moves 10 feet kind of in any direction,
10,
he should
15,
be
20,
out of
25,
it.
30, and is now invisible again.
It's a bit vague on the actual description. I don't know whether he'd have to cast invisibility again, because it kind of forced him out of invisibility.
Let me just have a look.
Because the word is a little bit weird. So it says
It's
they
damage
can...
anyway.
So, and any attack roll against an affected creature or object has advantage if the attacker can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
He's
So
still
that means
invisible.
that...
He's still, the way the spell works, Jay, is that he's still invisible. He's just got a glowy outline around his invisible form.
So he can leave it and still become invisible again.
Yeah, unfortunately for us.
Yeah, unfortunately for you. Okay, Molrin, it's your turn.
I'm going to do a quick Uno reverse on him. He's gone invisible, hasn't he?
He has.
Bear with me a second. Spell description. I need to be able to see it. But I'll be able to see the outline, won't I, then? By that regard?
Not now, because he's left the fairy fire radius.
Yeah. Okay, so... Bear with me a second.
I want to make a suggestion, but I don't want to metagame.
Okay. So bear with me, I'm just having a good think.
It's alright. Cleric's gonna cleric. Whatever that means.
I will use my movement to go 25 feet towards where he just was.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay.
I will use a bonus action and do one of my Misty Step as a once per long rest option rather than a spell slot.
So just 30
I'll
feet.
Misty. Yep, I'll Misty Step 30 feet in a straight line.
30. Okay.
And I am then going to say, tell me what the other forts said. Again, out loud using Draconic Tongue, so that I'm loud and present.
Okay. Give me another persuasion check, please.
That's what we like to see, Phil. The natural 20.
Oh, very nice. With that one, that drops to 16. With that one, you hear a voice sort of coming from the area that you're in, but you can't. It's actually coming from more like in front of you. That you can sort of hear this voice and says, "The other voice said that you tried to persuade me, tried to tell me that you're the good ones, but they're the good ones. They're the good thoughts. They're the good ones. They're the good figments. They're the ones that I should trust."
Ooh.
I will use a reaction to say to him, but who are they? We were the good forts until we left to go and deal with the bad forts.
I'm done speaking with you, and I'm going to say that's your action for now. But you've worn him down a lot there. That's really good. You can see, well, you can't see him, but you can think that he's probably more questioning things there. Raljan, it's your turn. What would you like to do? You can see Maureen's over there talking to something.
So, his original position was, what, directly in front of me or directly in front of Lynx? I forget.
His original position was directly in front of you, was about here.
Okay, so that'd be 5, 10. And then 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna get Ayla. I'm gonna get Maureen in that.
Please don't.
It's not a damage spell.
Okay.
Ooh, what's your plan?
Okay, where do... Grinks,
Yes.
where does your fairy fire end?
So about there.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5, 10...
This is where you kind of saw the dragon disappear. It kind of left this area and vanished.
Okay, so about another 10 feet in, so roughly where Maureen is standing, I would like to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay. You cast Fairy Fire on that area, and this whole area is illuminated. And once again, our little friend becomes visible. Notice that they're panicking slightly now in this sort of like fluttering around, kind of fluttering around, not liking the situation because the bad thoughts are coming to get them.
Then, as my bonus action, I say, Lynx, restrain, but do not injure.
Alright. And Lynx is going to, I'm assuming, and that's the end. Are you going to go for Lynx now?
Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and pounce.
Yeah.
So
But she's not trying to do damage.
Okay, so give me an attack roll.
That's
well,
advantage because she's
No, it's
eliminated by Fairy Fire.
Yes.
No, it's not.
You're sorry?
It's not advantage because the dragon is still invisible. It's just got an outline around it.
No, but it's Fairy Fire gives you advantage.
Yeah, it's in the spell description.
Yeah, but it says if they are invisible, they are not. If they're not invisible, they get advantage. If they are invisible, it counts.
cancelled out.
Yeah,
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
yeah.
Straight
Believe
off.
me, I would happily take the advantage if it was there, but it's not.
So any attack roll against an affected creature, so has advantage if you can
Yeah.
see it, and an effect. Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of,
Yeah. So that is a 19 to hit.
19 just hits. So you pounce, or Lynx pounces, lands on top of the of Bardnar, and they both kind of go down to the ground. She kind of pins their arms, their wings down to the ground, and give me an intimidation roll for Lynx.
Oh, thank you so much. That is a nat 20.
Oh, very nice.
So she bares her teeth and growls.
You can see, you can't see, but actually Maureen, you see this, and Lynx obviously sees this, as Bardnar panics, like, the bad thoughts, they're coming to get me, the bad thoughts, maybe the other ones are bad thoughts, maybe they were the bad thoughts, and these aren't the bad thoughts, but they're attacking me. Why would they be attacking me? What are they doing? And you can see them sort of like having this inner monologue with themselves at the moment, with this, with what's going on, as if they're having, almost like they're having this battle within their own mind, and you're a physical representation of that. But there's something else going on there, something that they're contending with. But you can see it's beginning to wear down. That's Lynx's turn. Eli, what would you like to do?
Eli's going to continue with the plan of trying to surround the things and collect them and try and sort of.
Okay, so are you going to run up towards it then?
Yeah.
So 5,
In
10.
in a passive defensive sort of way, you know.
Yeah, okay, yeah. 20, 25, 30. Are you going to do your whole movement?
Yeah.
35, 40, 45, 50, 55. I'll see if we can get to there, so you can get to one side of it. That's your whole turn doing that, though.
Yeah, that's fine, Phil.
So you
fine.
can get to there. Sort of being on one side of it. Yarn,
My bow's away and everything now. I'm not got my bow out.
You're going less threatening. Okay.
Yeah.
Yarn, what are you doing?
Can I cast Colour Spray? I have it memorised, so I can cast it, but I mean, is that a sensible idea?
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'll try it.
So, Colour Spray, I just need to memorise this, refresh my memory of this one. A dazzling array of flashing coloured light springs from your hand. Roll 6d10. The total is how many hit points of creatures this spell can affect. Creatures in a 15-foot cone originating from you are affected in ascending order of their current hit points, ignoring unconscious creatures and creatures that can't see. Starting with the creatures has the lowest hit points. Each one is affected by the spell and is blinded until the spell ends. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on. So, yeah, you can absolutely cast it. So, yeah, roll 6d10 then. So you need to get closer, obviously, don't you? Because what's the range on it? Doesn't actually say. Does it? Hang on, where's the range? Oh, 15-foot cone. So you'd have to get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So you can get to there, and yeah, you can cast your.
Does it affect friendly targets as well?
It will affect friendly targets as well. Yes. But it depends if it exceeds their hit points.
Well, I won't do that. Sorry, I thought it was targeted.
Yeah, well, it just says creatures in a 15-foot cone. So it will be all creatures in that 15-foot cone. But remember,
Yeah.
you guys are level 7, so you do have pretty high hit points. So it depends on what you roll, doesn't it, really? Mind you, 6d10 is pretty high.
Yeah, no. I'm not
Okay.
sure what to do to be productive.
Not sure what spells you got.
Nothing really useful for this situation. if I'm right.
You can always try talking to Biden now.
Yeah.
You know, and do a persuasion thing that like what Morin and Raljin have been doing. Oh, not Raljin. Lynx.
Can I save my action to assist the next person who does it then?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can take the help action. So the next time someone rolls to try and persuade Biden to snap out of whatever's going on, you can roll with advantage. So
I thought blinding him might calm him down, but I've just realised in hindsight it probably wouldn't.
I'm blind. Grinks, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
I would like to move out of the tree line. So going south, my full movement, so 30 feet. Not going through the poppies at all. I'm avoiding
20,
those.
25, 30. Okay. Then what?
Hello?
Bonus action, I'm going to dash with my cunning action to get to roughly in the middle of the poppies, as in between the two poppy banks. So if you keep coming the way you was going, nope, that right.
To the right, so that way.
Yeah.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
That'll do. And I'm going to draw my battered hilt,
Okay.
point it at the little fey dragon,
Okay.
and just say, if we wanted to kill you, we would. We're here to help. And I'm going to be slaring that massively.
Okay. I'm going to say, with this, you can choose to roll persuasion or intimidation. Whichever one you roll with advantage because Yarn is assisting from the side. So which one would you like?
I will go with intimidation. Both charisma, so it doesn't really matter because I don't have any of them. So, 15. It's not great, but I've got him at a massive disadvantage. He's got a cat sat on him. I mean, granted, I'm waving a
15
hilt
is
of a
good.
sword at him.
15 is good. With that, you see Bardna, who's kind of pinned down and kind of stops kind of trying to escape from the situation. Kind of almost relaxes slightly and looks around. It's like, you are the good thoughts. You're the ones. You're the ones that helped me. You're the ones that helped me to get rid of the bad thoughts. What's going on? And yeah. And you can see that there's that inner struggle, but they're coming around to more of like, you're the good thoughts. You're the ones that were helping them. It's unless you've got anything else, Jay. It's Nimtaline's turn.
Well, that's everything. So I've done action, bonus action.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nimtaline's going to come up and he's going to sort of from the distance that he's at, he's going to say, Bardna, you know me. I wouldn't exactly say that we're friends, but you at least thought me up, and you must have thought something of me if you thought me up, and we've only ever had good thoughts together. So just try and calm down. Try and collect your thoughts. We are the good thoughts. We're trying to help. And I'll roll for him. Ooh, nice. 19. So, I mean, that is a 23 for Nimtaline. At which point, Bardna then kind of stops and says, and it's actually Bardna's turn now, so kind of go, you're right. What am I doing? What are you? Get off me, please, cat. Please, get orange cat. And tries to flap her wings and they try to flap the wings and get out of the restraints. Would Lynx let go of at this point? Rob.
Sorry, I forgot I was on mute. She would wait for Raljin's permission to do so.
Okay.
Yeah, so she wouldn't immediately get off just because he said so.
Okay.
But if combat is now over,
it looks like combat is over at this point, and
then Raljin will call her off and say, "Yeah, that's fine, Lynx. That's enough."
Yeah. What? If you're not bad thoughts, then why were you attacking me? What? Why would I think you to attack me?
The bad thoughts made you think we were the bad thoughts, and you got ready to defend yourself against us.
Of course I would. I always defend myself against bad thoughts. If you're the bad thoughts, Blue, then you would attack me, and of course I knew that you was going to attack me because you're my thoughts, and then I was going to protect myself against the bad thoughts.
But the real bad thoughts tricked you, and we being your good thoughts were just trying to defend your other good thoughts.
How do I know that you're not just trying to trick me like all the bad thoughts?
Because
you're still alive.
Ignore him. He's new. Because look, none of us are attacking you. We've all put our weapons away now.
It's true. You have put your weapons away. This is. And Biden kind of stops and kind of slumps back, and then kind of just goes, "Oh, I don't like this form," and kind of puffs out again, and suddenly the space that you're all in is taken up by this big fairy dragon that kind of plops out into place. Yes, and kind of sits down a little bit like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh, kind of flops down, tail kind of flops up in the middle, and they kind of sit there and like, "Well, this has been a very strange day. I have to say I'm really sorry, Figments, for attacking. It's just a very, I don't really know why my thoughts are playing tricks on me at this point, and they kind of roll backwards and then roll forwards. It's like it's been a very strange day. It's been a very strange day.
It has been a very strange day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get going, guys. I am falling
It's
asleep.
okay. It's okay. I'll let you know what happens at the end of it, Ash, and I'll see you at the next games thing. But well, mind you, the next D&D thing will be before then. 3 weeks, 3-week break. So not next week, not the week after, not the week after that because it's my birthday. But then after that. So
Right.
Yeah. All right. See you
Cool.
later, Ash.
I'm good.
See you, Ash.
We'll let you know what happens. Okay.
See you
Right.
soon.
See you soon.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to shoot now as well and get my pack up and whatever ready.
No problem.
Alright.
No problem. See you later. We'll let you know what happens, Andy. All right.
Alright. See you later, guys.
Okay. See you later.
Okay. So, Badna, the bad thoughts that told you that we were the bad thoughts. What did they look like?
Oh, I mean, I think of some very weird things. They were tall, very posh looking. I don't normally think of very posh people. Most of the thoughts that I think of are, that they dress like you guys. Your average thoughts. I don't know why I thought that you were my bad thoughts, because most of my good thoughts look like you.
Arjun kind of sort of tries to dust himself down a bit. I've been told he looks average looking and not posh.
Jan would probably do the same thing.
Here's a suggestion, Biden.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I couldn't mute myself in time. You seem quite gifted with illusions. Could you show us what these bad thoughts looked like?
Oh, I mean,
It would be a great help.
I could think them into existence. Hang on 1 second. It's not working.
The bad thoughts say they were going.
I don't know. They don't really say they're going anywhere. They just appear. we have conversations. They were rather nice. They just told me that you were going to attack me, which you did. Let's be fair.
I mean, you.
No, I didn't.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
you
sorry.
didn't. No, you didn't, Golden. No. But, but it's interesting. I mean, I guess I can make them appear. They kind of click the pause, and right in front of you all appears a tall human. Instantly, you recognise this person, Ayla. Instantly.
Oh
Uh-oh.
As this is Anthon O'Siren.
no. Ah. Okay.
Oh,
Short, dark
no.
hair. This sort of like chiseled Roman nose.
Ugh.
Like tough, strong chin, big, thick neck. But he carries himself with this long, dark robe that kind of comes down to sort of like this like almost like a golden kind of like fur around the bottom. Wearing exceedingly regal style clothes. You can tell that some of the features that you don't recognise, Ayla, seem to be a little bit more exaggerated, as if Bidnar has put a little bit more of an imaginistic flair on things, such as there's almost like a shiny glitteriness to his hair that looks just completely uncharacteristic, and his teeth are very white, and he looks. What's really strange, actually, Ayla, you notice he looks really kind eyes. He looks like, to you, to anyone that hasn't met him, he looks like a really friendly person. But you know his heart, Ayla. You've known him before, and this is a face that as soon as you see, this is a face that almost strikes fear into your heart.
I didn't want to see him until we'd leveled up significantly.
I have no idea who this is. Ayla, why do you look so terrified?
It looks like
So-
a Mac. He's got some gold, surely.
You do know who, from previous conversations, this is who I consider the puppet master. Is that right, Phil?
Yeah, this is the one that you can. Yeah, he's
This
the
is the
master
puppet
to you.
master that is pulling all of the strings. He
Wait, this
owns the major sort of. He is a big powerhouse of. He owns massive things, and it's a threat to your family as well.
Wait,
Ralji.
this is that Osiren guy who's been threatening my dad.
This is the guy. This is the guy that's got me under his thumb.
Okay.
I've
Well-
told you about him loads in the past, so you would know by my reaction, probably from
Yeah,
our.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. You call him Anthon. He just calls himself the Noble. Well, I called him the Noble. He looks rather nobilistic. But
Whereabouts did he go, Bidnar? Surely you can point us in a direction.
I bet
Oh.
I can guess.
I don't know. He just is. He came. He was interested, much like you were actually, in the.
In the blood-tipped ivy.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
oh, so he's not here now.
Oh no, he's not here now. No, this is just an illusion.
Oh,
Look, woof.
phew.
He kind of whips his paw through it and it kind of disappears. It's like, oh no, I think I must be having an off day. I can't imagine him into. And you can see squeezing his face, trying to imagine something. It's like,
Right.
That's fine. Why
yeah.
don't
Right,
you...
everybody. I've just realised he's not here, so we're not going to die right now.
I'm going to look at Eli as though he's stupid. It's like, no, Eli, he was never here. I asked Bidnar to show us who was causing this.
I know, but the sound keeps coming and going on my device. Really surreal.
what is this device you speak of? Have I thought that into existence as well?
This is all getting a bit
Right.
meta.
Let me just explain who this is. This is the puppet master. This is the guy that wants to monopolize all of Arcalia, or the areas of which we are in. He wants to own everything, including the things that Ralzian's family and ancestry have previously owned. All that business He wanted me to spy on Ralgin. This is the person that sent me on that mission. He is now hot on our trail by the looks of things. He's turning our friends into foes. We need to be
Well-
very, very careful.
Let's get to the blood tip Shadow Ivy, and
So who's pulling his strings, Ayla? Who's his matriarch?
He is, as far as I know, he is the puppet master. He's the guy at the top.
yeah, you
What,
must have
no female.
no, you must have come directly from the Underdark. It doesn't work like that on the surface.
Been here a few years. I'm really going to struggle and take my hat off and rub my hand through my hair.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my dad runs the family business. My mum's a noble, but she's a noble in the Underdark, and my dad's kind of like a noble above ground. So they're
Right.
equals.
Ralgin, do you remember a long while ago when we were hunting for a cure to that
Yeah.
poisonous disease, and we were ambushed by those two other people?
Yeah,
They
I
were,
remember.
he had them working for him as he did me. He will have people all over the place working for him, and it looks like he's tried to turn our friend here against us. How long ago was he here? And I'm turning down to you, Phil. How long ago was he here?
Oh, he comes and goes.
He comes and goes. He's been here more than once.
Yes, I think of him quite a few times. We have nice time. It's like me and your friend Jan here. You know, we have tea, we have cake, and yeah, we you know just talk a little. He had quite an interest in the White Woods. That grow within, and he was talking also about the shadow-tipped ivy. He seemed to be one with nature. He liked a lot of the fauna. You know, he was. You know, I have the same interests, and I kind of assumed that I thought this person into existence because I really like talking about the trees and thinking.
Bider.
Yes.
I'm really sorry to interrupt, but
Sorry.
he wanted to know about the shadow-tipped ivy because he wanted to use it to poison the whitewood trees. They are dying, which is why you have thought us up to save them.
Right, he's probably watching now. He probably hears this conversation.
If I thought him up in order to poison the whitewood with the shadow-tipped ivy, then doesn't that make it my fault?
No.
No, he's tricking you.
Because we all have nightmares,
Yes.
don't we? We all have nightmares.
I've had nightmares.
Yes, so that's all he is. He's a nightmare, and we're here to chase the nightmare away.
Okay. I need to think of a way to stop the nightmare. I need to think of a solution to help this. Then, we need to make the nightmare stop. We need to get it back to dreams. I need some help thinking of this. Thoughts?
Okay. So if he's using the ivy to poison the whitewood trees, how do we get the ivy away from the trees? That would be the first step.
I guess. I mean, I'm in charge of the ivy. I'm supposed to watch it, make sure it doesn't spread. Obviously, when the noble came, we had a conversation and we decided that maybe it'd be his job to watch it. So I kind of left him in charge while I found new friends like your friend Jan here, and we had tea and cake. And then he pops by every now and then just to have a conversation and have some tea and cake. So I kind of put him in charge of it. So
Oh, you did what?
Put a mortal in charge.
No, my imagination. It's still me. It's still me that's in charge. Remember, this is all me. You're all my thoughts. So I just thought I'd.
Okay. So where is the shadow ivy that he's supposed to be looking after?
It's through here, of course, and just gestures. They gesture their tail towards two trees.
Right.
That just extends out, and you look beyond them, and all you can see is a poppy field.
Okay, we really need to rest up, but we also need to get this sorted out as soon as possible.
Yeah. A couple of things, comrades. You've now seen him, Lord Osiren. You now know what he looks like, so you will recognise him without me having to identify him for you. That is a good development today. That is a positive thing. You now know the face of the enemy. We up until now, only I knew. Now you do. The second thing that might have happened is back when we were in the fair and having our discussions previously, I think we might have been watched. I'm not 100% certain, but I just think we might have been. I don't know.
So, are we going to be planning on taking a short rest or a long rest?
Is there any way, Conjurer of Thoughts, that you could restore your figments to full fighting spirit on your behalf?
That sounds. I mean, I can let you sleep. I can make. I have hammocks, and they kind of gesture over to some trees, and there's some kind of like some hammocks like drooping between the trees. You can sleep.
Right,
I mean,
wait a minute, guys.
Look. When I thought of the shadow ivy, it was obviously quite a bad thought, and it's nothing more than a tiny bush. Now, if it's going to cause so many problems, and if it's part of the nightmares, then it would be fine if I just send you guys in there, destroy the bush. Fire will do it, and destroy the bush, and then it could be gone, and that could be a bad thought disappeared. If you see the noble in there, just tell him I said hello. He can come and see me for some tea, and we can have this whole thing straightened out. If he is a bad thought, then I'll try and think him away.
Right, I'm not destroying any bushes or trees because if they're natural, then that goes against what I believe.
There is nothing natural about the shadow ivy.
Okay, that's fine. Then it's actually my mission then to destroy it. Okay, but we don't want to rest here if Lord Osiren keeps frequenting this place, do we? Because
I've not seen him in a while.
How long's a while?
Couple of years.
Oh, right. I see.
Years.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No, can we go now? I don't care if we're at half strength. I really need to get this sorted out and get home.
Fine by me.
I mean, sure. Feel free to head on through the gates. Just between those two trees, and just here. And they kind of pop the paw out again, and within the paw there's it's like a bottle, what looks like alchemist's fire, but it's got a glow to it. And this is kind of what I had to get rid of the bush. It's holy alchemist's fire, so you kind of throw it at it, and well, you could pour it on it if you like. And by what I think will happen is it should just poof, bush will be gone, everything's fine.
I will take that.
I've just had an idea. Everyone. Do we still have that hat of disguise?
Yes, the new guy's wearing it.
Just gonna be. I'll touch my hat and just step back a bit.
Wouldn't it be worthwhile me wearing that? If the chances of us bumping into this, either Lord Osiren or the character we've just previously been talking to, both of them have got a vested interest in seeing me shortly.
Just out of character, Simon, how many attuned items do you have?
Oh, I don't know.
Because I've got it. So I've got my dagger and a hat of disguise.
I've got a sword.
Yeah.
Let's just go to the magic items, because some are attuned and some are not. Let me just come off of this.
Because the only reason I'm thinking of that is if these people are going to be looking for.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. It's just, in character, Grink says people he's on the run from as well.
Oh, okay, fair point. No, that's a fair point.
So, I can't see it. Hang on.
And out of character, I think you've already got 3.
Ayla's got the Ring of Elemental commands.
God.
Armor, I think.
You've got the Long Sword of Warning, which is an attunement. and you have. So far, those are the only two
Oh, okay.
Wasn't
that I
the
can see.
armor
Hang on, I'm
of-
just
Oh, who's
looking.
using the
Oh,
The
who's
armor-
using the start the
The
iron
armor's
start?
not attuned. Oh no, the Stone of Protection. I think you have the Iron Stone of Protection.
I did give it to Gareth, but I'm assuming now that he's giving us all our stuff back in a bag of holding. We've
Oh
got,
yeah. Will you
I'm
have
going to
given?
activate. Right, I'm going to activate that again then.
Okay, so yeah, you've got the Iron Stone of Protection, so that's yours. So yeah, you do have 3 attuned items, so you won't be able to
Right.
have the hat.
Cool.
So okay. So like I said, one little bush. Just pour the alchemist fire on, burn it, and hopefully that should, you set fire to things and it burns roots, and that should take care of the problem.
I mean, out of character, I know charging into this head first is a really bad idea, but in character, Raljan wants to charge into this head first.
So, in what's your marching order going through the gate?
I can go first and scout.
Okay.
Really?
So
As you say that, I'm just going to lift my hand up, kiss my ring, and I'm going to disappear from sight.
Oh. Okay.
So for Phil's benefit, I'm using invisibility for 1 hour.
Okay. You go invisible, and are you going between the 2 trees?
I will, yeah.
Okay.
I will follow, or even though I don't realise I'm following, and Lynx will be right behind me.
Until
Okay.
we get to the trees, I'm going to be stamping quite loudly, not making an attempt to actually stealth.
You see
so
the
they can-
ground scuffing as he kind of still sort of staggering a little bit, swaying. You can see the ground scuffing from side to side slightly as he drunkenly walks towards the trees. Okay. Are you all entering through the 2 trees?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Stealthily. Roll for stealth then, all of you, and I'll roll for everyone else. So
do I get advantage because I'm invisible?
yes,
You do.
Maureen rolled a 17 with whatever his bonuses are. Jan rolled a 9, whatever his bonuses are. And Nimtaline is actually going to say, I think I might just, I'm going to stay here. I've led you to where you need to go. It seems like this is a pretty straightforward one and done kind of thing. I hope that it all works out, but if you do need us anymore, feel free to stop by Felnor once the deed is done, and we can, you can hopefully tell us all about it, and we can get you home safe. This is farewell for now.
Thank you. 18 for my stealth, and
Oh, well.
18 for Lynx as well, actually.
19 for me. It's not
Okay.
quite Korvax stealth.
21.
That's good. It drags the averages up, so it means that Jan's failed stealth doesn't drag you down too much. You all enter through between the 2 trees, and as you kind of walk through, there's a shift in reality, that wobble of reality, and you are teleported from a field of poppies directly into what can only be described as a black, nightmarish hellscape of black, spiky thorns with red tips that carry on. This isn't just a little bush. This is acres of land that are just covered in black ivy that just spreads out. It's taken every tree, it's taken every hill, it's taken every pasture as far as your eyes can see. The sky is dark, the land is dark, and that's where we're going to end tonight's session for 3 weeks.
That's all right. I approve of the darkness means Shadowblade has advantage on all attacks.
So yeah, that's where we're going to end it, with you guys entering the pastures of the Shadow Ivy, which is going to be hopefully the title of the next session back. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. That was an interesting battle. That rather than hit points, I gave him persuasion points. So the more you talked to him to persuade him and talk him down, was going to be how you kind of won that, or killing him, which you guys weren't using as an option, which was good. I'm glad you didn't kill him. He doesn't have very many hit points. He's a fairy dragon.
I was getting around to literally ambush him if he'd have started.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you for that. That was a good one, and yeah, meeting up with Viloff and having that kind of fun in there, and then Osiren a little bit later on. Well, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, he's, from what you can kind of gather, this little bush has grown exceedingly since Biden and I relinquished control of the Shadow Ivy to Osiren. So yeah, that's where we're going to end the stream for tonight. Thank you to anyone that might have joined us. It's been great, and thank you to anyone that has watched us after the fact. It's brilliant. It's time for us to call it crits for 3 weeks. Unfortunately, it is school holidays and things like that, and you know, we guys, we're not in school, but some of us, like myself, are teachers, and some of us have kids that we go on holiday with. So we're going to be taking a 3-week break, just to, you know, gather our thoughts and hopefully give me some time to write some cool new storylines to go with this as well, and some cool new encounters. But yeah, for now it's time for us to call it crits. Thank you very much, and we'll see you guys on the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. It'll be like the 2nd of May, I think, the next one. So yeah, we'll see you guys in May. Well, that's a long time. Right, calling it crits. See you later, guys, and
See ya.
we
Bye-bye.
out.